He did save $8 by not having to go to Fantastic Sam's, so who looks dumb now? That soul surfer is the illusion, and there are plenty of ways to describe a gentleman like him. Burnout, beach bum, brah, Owen Wilson. Mock him all you want, but while you spend your day stressing out about TPS reports, he's cruising on a wave called life.
This is the illusion. Reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Talons Out Ranch, baby, dude. Come get your high frequency on.
I caught up with the enigmatic skateboarder, The Illusion, and went out to his homestead out in the middle of nowhere where he's raising livestock and farming and living off the land. Among many great conversations, he discusses and sheds light on what his life is like. Morning. We're out here in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in California, and we're meeting up with a legendary character. His name is Hamish, the Illusion, and he's got a lot of insight on the world, space, time, the universe, and he also has a pretty cool homestead. We're gonna check it all out and spend a little bit of time with him and kind of see what he's all about. He's got a lot of animals here and a lot of plants, and he's very accommodating. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. Owl's underneath trying to show his dad some.
He's commandoing. So yeah, I started surfing at the Hook in Santa Cruz. Yeah, that was where I learned to surf. 83. I didn't have a car as a kid, so I needed a way to get up and down the hills to the bus. So that's the skateboarding was strictly like this mode of transportation. Like it makes going to school easier. And over time, it took on a life of its own. I guess from my angle of skateboarding is way cooler than the surfing world. Like the surfers suck. I hate surf. Skateboarding is, for me, is like a weird freedom. No ideas. No contrivances. Like if I go back into the moments that set me free, were all like on my skateboard when like I'm out in the urban landscape. For me, like it's the time when I actually stop thinking. I don't skate when I have problems. Like I don't care about any of it. Do the animals.
He's gonna throw his pants on and then we're gonna go do his morning routine.
Come on with me. Let's get the homesteading morning started, right? we drank our coffee. We have a couple fresh cantaloupes for when we get back. Usually start the day with a quick pool maintenance. Our new little chicken we raised from the incubator, Sitting Bull. He's going to move with the rest of the chickens pretty soon. So I do the chickens. That's my. I do chickens and gardens in the morning. The wife and Owl do the cows and the goats and the dog. So in the world of technology, we're collapsed. We have homing pigeons. These are genuine homing pigeons. If you took one of the pigeons back to your homestead and put a note in it and let it go, it'd end up back here.
That's how it works. Oh, yeah. So we each would have to have our own homing pigeons.
Yeah, and trade them. Oh no, I'm ready for the collapse, man. That's Pancake. She's the queen bee right there. They live in their own weird world. Till about 10 o'clock when it's homeschool, I come in and stop it all, do homeschooling for like an hour and a half. I got a shirt for you, dude. So I make these.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah. Dang. I'd love it.
So this is where the half-pipe skate park thing. Like, I guess, you know, coming from the DIYer spot, any skater kind of has the dream of building their own. So I'm building a cement half-pipe here is my goal. If I go, like you're asking me about the beginning of skating, like I remember like the phase between it becoming a device in my car to get around till it actually becoming like something I focused on was in my driveway. And I remember building the jankiest like quarter pipe wall out of these scraps of wood that were like under the garage that like, if I look back at it and I can't believe my parents let me like, it must have been just the biggest hazard because I didn't know how to build anything.
Yeah.
I just built but I used to sit there for hours and just like skate it, dude. DIY is like a new fad. Like it was always, that skateboarding has been DIY since Jump Street, dude.
Yeah.
So there is no DIY. It's just called skateboarding. All skateboarders are DIY. That's our vibe. Like why the new skating world's being taken over by propaganda is that they were fed all these skate parks. They didn't have to actually go in and, like, all these skate parks came from some skateboarder showing up at City Hall and battling his way through. And it's, yes.
Mavericks fed, cows are fed, goats are fed.
Okay. Homeschool.
Yeah, he's really smart. It's immediate. You can immediately tell.
Well, we don't have televisions.
Oh yeah?
No, he's never lived in a house with a television in it. Wow. So his entire life, he's never actually sat in a house with a television going.
What is this that you're watering?
So these are my strawberries. So this is a nectarine tree.
Made it through
That's
the
a pear tree. Those are pretty good. This year it was just hot. Like 105 for like 2 months straight. Power everything and then store we got the battery packs on the wall. So if I wanted, I could go completely off the grid. The power goes out, I stay on.
Honestly, off-grid is awesome, but if you can connect to electric, you might as well, especially in certain situations. You know, you might as well use the grid if you can, but it's also good to be ready in case the grid goes down.
I think off-grid is a giant misnomer. And it's weird. I'm more dependent on the grid, off the grid, than I was on the grid.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize it. Like, I can't exist up here growing my own food without rolls of wire coming from somewhere.
Right.
Like, and I don't know how the old timers used to do it. I'm super dependent upon like trucks moving on the highways because there is no off the grid. I mean, at a certain point, I guess you can stockpile, but like you look at things like pumps and stuff, you need that entire infrastructure of ball bearing plants in order to sustain yourself off the grid. So like I've realized that I'm more dependent on the grid than I was when I lived in the grid because like I didn't even care. I was just part of the grid. But now I'm off the grid. Like I stockpile like weird stuff I wouldn't have normally like stockpiled. Like my thing that like I'm like about right now is do I invest in just having a backup fucking well pump just sitting there in a box in case the grid does go down?
Yep. Well, that's the thing is I think off-grid is just a huge production and it takes a lot of work to even get to the point where you can sustain yourself off-grid.
I firmly believe the way they propagandize all this stuff that most people come out and invest in it and don't understand that like the first year it's just you eating shit.
Yep. Yep.
And then we'll
Sure.
go, I'll pick you some stuff. Here's the goats, Marble Eyes and Thena.
You said Marble Eyes?
Marble Eyes is that one.
Nice.
And these are her two babies right here. This is Walter, but Walter, we love Walter, but he's a giant pain in the ass, dude. He's crazy.
Hey, Walter.
There's nothing better than eating breakfast out of the garden in the morning. I have more eggplants than I know what to do with. You can only eat so much eggplant, man.
I'll definitely take some eggplant
Okay.
if you got some.
Oh,
You ever had a
man.
lemon cucumber? Want one? Some
Sure.
breakfast? Here.
Yeah.
Should be a juicy one. That's a little before it gets all lemony flavored, but let's see, let's get you some eggplant. Like the eggplants, like I got way too much. Now but I'll say the thing is look at the environment, right? You think every critter within 100 yards of here isn't going, look at the green oasis? You can't have enough wire to save your crop. My cantaloupes are insane if I get one, but the cantaloupes get decimated by the critters. So I have to put that, I'm dependent upon wire. I don't believe in pesticides or chemicals or poisons or any of that stuff. Then I got my peppers,
Ooh.
and then the honeydews kill it. Like I can send you with some honeydews.
Oh yeah, please, man.
I think that's gonna be a good one. I amended all this soil. So this was just dirt when adding all my compost, and I got a bunch of manure. And so I started mixing up the soil for 2 years. And I was like, how do you know when a watermelon's ripe? Well, the crows come poke a hole in it. They know it's ripe. Oh, here, I'll send you. You want some cucumbers for the travels?
Yeah, man, I'll take anything you can spare. Hi, Daisy. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're eating a cucumber?
Oh, you're in luck. Here's some zucchini and eggs, man. Like that's
Yeah.
the diet right now. See, look, there was Critter. Critter tried to get into that thing. I mean, I'd still eat it, but I'm gonna give it to the cows. They'll eat it.
Come on, Daisy.
She's playing hard to get. It's all surrounded all with the rosemary and the lavender and the peppermint and the whole thing to keep the critters at bay too. Like I cloned all these plants from like one plant.
Lavender, obviously.
The lavender, the rosemary.
Ooh.
And they'll survive the winter up here. The winter before we got like 4 days straight of like snow. The mountains will be all snowed in all winter. As much as I'm like a hippie about all this stuff, there is this weird balance going on with it. Try to be hippie when they come and eat all your chickens, dude. But then again is don't expect to have chickens at an interface with nature and them not get eaten either. Don't get all like murderous. Like the bobcats here are beautiful, man. Did the bobcats eat our first batch of chicken? Probably. Was it my fault? 100%. Was it the bobcats' fault? No. We can come in with softer hands. You can't be a homesteader and not be conservative. And you can't be a homesteader and not be a hippie either. So you have to have kind of balance of these two ways, because you can't be a dick. You can't be that way because the energy is transmitted right to your world. I think we're at a distinct disadvantage here on this continent because we lost all the people that spent thousands of years in a symbiotic relationship with it. So we don't really have a true knowledge of the plants and the dirt and the sky clock and all that, how it really works. I get here just at the tail end of grandpa's knowledge. I spend a lot of time figuring out stuff that was second nature to someone who was in the 1920s. And I look at my son, I go, he's one decision away from being forever blocked out of like this. We got him here, like generationally speaking, like if I'd raised him in Malibu or wherever in the grid, he doesn't get any of this. I'm thinking spring. Everything I'm doing right now, like right now, I'm looking around going, I need to get this ready for spring. That's the key to the whole thing is actually the seasonal movement of the sky clock dictates where you're at, and you kind of got to learn where you're at. And the knowledge isn't fucking gadgets. The knowledge is this thing right here. Figure that fucking thing out and get back to me, dude. Because that's the key to the whole deal is the sun, the moon, and what's going on with them, and understanding how all the critters move around.
I love the carrots. I only like carrots fresh from my garden.
Make your own t-shirts too, dude. When I started my art thing, that's where I changed it up. And then the other day, like I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna try to start incorporating glass and tiles. This is exactly what you would. Nice! That's... Oh my gosh! I don't know, it's closer.
Come on, Dad! I don't know how to skate, so I just gotta do this.
That's where it starts,
That is
dude.
skating.
That's where it starts, dude. All right, I got it all dusted off. There it is. There it is. Oh. Sick. That's good. It's all about now. It's about leaving in one piece. It's all about now. It's about leaving in one piece. At this, at 55, like I just want to roll. I don't need to do anything for anyone anymore. Yeah, anyone can like that's the fun, right? Is create. Skate kit. No, it's well I had.
Oh, dude, what do we got? Oh, dude, this is the one that fits perfectly, dude.
You like that one?
Yeah,
All right.
epic. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate you, man.